imagine being able to create visuals for your videos and for your brands that looks like $1 million, where every visual looks like that a creative director sat with one graphic for 6 months and made sure that every pixel is perfected to the type of a brand that you're building, to the type of aesthetics and visual consistency that you want to bring on the table. You see, the thing is that in the world of visual social media today, you need to create a recall value. When everybody is creating content, when everybody is coming in front of camera and shouting their story, you are able to stand out when you're able to create a visual recall value. If you're using stock B-rolls, if you're using same old motion graphics, if you're using clips from movies and TV series, it is very hard for you to stand out today. So as a brand or as a video editor who is working with brands, if you are able to create visuals for your videos that look consistent throughout, you will be able to create a brand recall value that people look at and be like, okay, this video is from this brand, or this video is edited by this person. So that's the beauty of AI, and that is exactly what we are going to be talking about in this video. You see, the problem with AI prompting today is that every influencer would come on Instagram Reels and tell you exactly what the prompt is and would ask you to comment to get a certain prompt. You take the prompt, you go to Midjourney, you go to ChatGPT, you give the prompt, you generate an image, you feel great. Okay. But when you do that prompt again and again by making some slight adjustments to it, now everything looks different, right? And so when everything looks different with every prompt you give to these AI tools, there is no value in it. The value is in consistency, and that is exactly what we are going to be talking about today, and exactly how you can create visually consistent graphics for your brand as a business owner, as a video editor, with any prompt you give. It doesn't matter what you prompt, everything is just going to look on brand. Okay, we are going to be starting by doing mood boarding. Again, as I always say it, I would not try to act cool. I'm not a prompt engineer. I'm not trying to use words to generate what I want. Okay, I want to play around with visuals. I'm a visual guy. I'm a creative guy. I would like to leverage AI by giving the visuals to AI that I want to use as a reference. And that is exactly where we are going to start. We are going to be starting by creating a mood board. Okay, so you need to have some understanding of what sort of a vibe you are going with, what sort of visual aesthetics that you want to bring on the table to the brand that you're building or the videos you are editing, right? For example, when I was working on a new project, we always knew from the start that we want to create something that has the vibe of retro futurism, that has the retro vibes. Okay, so we just come here, we put in retro futurism inside the search bar on a tool cosmos.so, and it gives us a lot of visuals that you can use as a reference. Okay, it's taking some time to load, but by the time it loads, I'm going to show you what I have created for myself. So if I click on my profile, if I go inside the profile, I'll show you the cluster and the mood board that I've generated for one of the projects that we were working on. Okay, so one of the projects that we were working on was by the name Attention Compound. The idea from the beginning was for everything to look very cinematic, for everything to look retro, but also have a modern touch to it, right? So we generated a mood board that looks more or less like this. Okay, you see there is a lot of burnt orange color. You will see the overlays that add grains that give that retro vibes. If you see this image over here, it gives us the cinematic soft light vibe. Okay, if you see this, a lot of shadows, a lot of blurs. You will see that we chosen cyan color. If you see the font over here, we went for the pixelated font with one modern font. If you see this, we went with VHS lines, soft blurs, glass effects, brutalism, retrofuturism. So this is pretty much the vision that we had for this particular visual identity that we were creating. Okay, now depending upon how you want to go about it, you need to generate a mood board that looks more or less like this. Okay, you need everything at one place, from colors to fonts to effects to visually how things are going to look when you're generating the visuals, and everything has to be inside your mood board. So every time you find an image that you vibe with, that you feel aligns with the visual aesthetics that you're trying to create, you just save it in a mood board. Okay, and after you saving, let's say 50, 100 images, you will find a mood board that looks more or less like this. You review it again, you remove some of the images that you feel you would not want to add in your visual aesthetic rule book, and then you have a final mood board. That's step number one. Once you have the mood board, we can move on to step number two, which is very simple. You just basically download all these images one by one. Once all the images are downloaded, that takes us to step number 3. And in this step, we will have to use a tool called Midjourney. If you heard about Midjourney, great. If you have never heard about Midjourney, you should experiment with it. It's one of the greatest tool out there when it comes to create visuals for your brand or as a video editor if you are editing videos for other brands. Okay, so once you're inside Midjourney, what you're going to do is you basically need to click on personalize. As you can see, I've already created my custom mood board by the name attention compound over here, where I have uploaded all the images that I wishlisted, that I saved inside Cosmos over here, right? So I downloaded all these images. I uploaded all the images one by one inside mood board in Midjourney. So you just need to click on create mood board, and it would ask you to upload all the images. You upload all the images, you name your mood board the way you want it, and boom, there you go. Now you have a mood board inside Midjourney. And that takes me to the most important part of the video, which you all have been waiting for, which is how we are going to be using this personalized mood board to create consistent visuals. So let me show you exactly how that works. As you can see, my team in the morning has already played around with this mood board, right? So as you can see over here, it is tagged as mood board attention compound, and then we have given a prompt to it, which has generated 4 images. And if you will notice, all these 4 images are on brand. They have the visual aesthetics that looks like our brand. Okay, now you might be saying, Akshat, you guys have already given a very descriptive prompt, and that is why all these images look similar. Obviously they would look similar. Okay, that's not the case. If I use this prompt again, and if I just generate visuals without using my mood board, let's see what happens. This is what is coming out. Okay, we are seeing harsh green colors. Now the mood board that we have created didn't had any harsh green colors. So this is not on my vibe. This is not on our project vibe. This is not coherent with the visual mood board that we have created. And that's the beauty of we doing this process. When we gave this exact prompt with our personalized mood board, we were able to create visuals that are on brand, that are actually giving the vibe the way we want to give our videos, like we want, which is basically giving the vibe the way we want. And now when we use these visuals with different forms, with different prompts in our videos look branded. Our videos create recall value that people see and be like, okay, this is tasteful, right? This is the beauty and this is the process that we follow. As you can see again, with this prompt over here, everything looks harsh green. This is not on brand, right? And that's the bad part about prompting and AI in general. Like every time you prompt, you're generating images that all look inconsistent, right? We are supposed to be able to create visuals that look consistent and on brand, so we are able to create videos, so we are able to tell visual stories that move people. Okay, this is pretty much the entire process. Again, one last thing that I'll cover is exactly how you can use your mood board. So all you're going to do is you just got to click on personalize. You got to select your mood board if you have multiple mood boards. So I'll select my mood board by the name attention compound, and I'll just type, a creator sitting in the bar working on his laptop. Okay, one last generation for the sake of this video, guys, and that would be it. Profile global V7 is selected, so we forgot to select our attention compound mood board that we have created. Okay, and so as you can see now, you will see some of the visuals that are giving you the vibe of a creator sitting in the park and working on the laptop, but all the images look a bit different. Okay, now if I would have to select, let's say, my mood board and then give this prompt again, let's see what happens. Now, as you can see on the right, my mood board is selected, but on the images that we generated previously, we forgot to select our mood board. Okay, which is great because now I'm able to show you exact visual difference in terms of what's happening. I'm loving what I'm seeing, right? So now, as you can see, all the 4 images that we generated on the top give a lot more retro kind of vibe. The color grading is similar to what we are looking for, but the images that you see at the bottom are more refined. Those look a lot more modern. The lighting and the color grading is different in all those images, but since we are going for the retro futurism soft glow kind of a vibe, I just had to select my mood board, and now every prompt I give is going to be generating visuals that are consistent and coherent to my brand. Now if you are a video editor, You can just use this and you can up your video editing game, and you can get better clients and you can make more money. If you're a brand and you're generating visuals, if you're doing vibe marketing for your products, you can use these visuals to create videos that are on brand that nobody else can replicate, because obviously not everybody can generate exactly same mood boards using any tool like you did. So that's pretty much for this video, guys. I hope you like it. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're watching me for the first time. And we are posting videos like these every week, so turn on your notifications so you do not miss videos like these. This is pretty much it from my side. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.